We're going to play a little movie, yeah? And it shows you my new home, yeah? This is Food on the Edge, okay? But what you're going to see now is food in the middle of nowhere. There. I don't have a fancy restaurant, okay? I do caterings, I work in the middle of nowhere. I don't have a Paco jet, yeah? I'm really traditional. I just have to survive. But I'm really fortunate because I spend a lot of time talking to guys like this. That's Espen from Maemo in Oslo, probably Norway's best restaurant. He's a Danish guy. He's very inspiring, he's very challenging. He tells me to fuck off a lot. I tell him to fuck off a lot too. But it's these guys who move me forward as a person. Okay, let's take you there. Okay, this is 20 years ago I worked in this restaurant. Does anybody know it? Yeah? There was a woman there called Margaret Duffy. Margaret Duffy changed my life, but she did it very quietly and I didn't know what was going on. 20 years ago, Margaret Duffy was doing organic food. She was doing amazing Italian, North African food. Yeah? She had two teams. She had a lunch team and she had an evening team. Yeah? We worked 8 hours a day. That was it. We got 2 days off every week, Sunday and Monday. It was the best restaurant. Okay, I'm the only guy here who can say, I'm married to a professional feminist. This is what my wife does for a living. She goes around the world and makes things better for women. Yeah. Margaret Duffy had a 50-50 ratio. This is 20 years ago, not now. Yeah. And it was Ireland. It wasn't Norway, it wasn't Scandinavia, it wasn't UK, it was Ireland. So these are really important things to think about in the future. Everybody's talking about it just now. Okay, right, enough of the chef stuff. This is my environment, this is my world, okay? This is a local harbour, and this is a very romantic image of what people see as fishermen. Nice harbour, little boats, yeah? These boats are called sharks in Norwegian. Yeah, they're about between 10 and 30 feet long. They have a crew between 2 and 5. They only go out a maximum of 10 miles. They're day boats. They fish 3 methods. One's called jigging, one's called longline, and one's called standing nets. The quota for them, okay, is about 20 tons of fish a year. and that's how they make their money. They build the community, they keep the community in the districts, yeah, but they're dying. We don't get quotas anymore. This romantic image is going to disappear, unfortunately, unless you guys out there as chefs start to buy your fish from them. Not from these guys. This is a 210-foot trawler. It's a deep ocean trawler. It employs 20 guys. It has a capacity in its hold for 200 tons of fish. It fishes that in 2 days. Okay, 200 tons. Does anybody want to guess how big 200 tons is? Okay, that's 15 articulated lorries. 2 days. You don't really want to ask them what else they get in the trawl. Gunny from Iceland and I were discussing this last night, yeah? And we were talking about bycatch. It's dolphins, it's whales, it's everything. The guys with sharks don't have bycatch at all. Sad, isn't it? It's a bit of a sad story, this bit, unfortunately. That is the future of fishing as it stands just now, unless you guys change it. I can lead you a direction, but you'll have to change it. Oops. All right, let's get a bit more controversial. Does anybody recognize this? This is aquaculture at its best. We're talking about Norwegian salmon farming. You've heard a lot of stuff about Norwegian salmon farming, haven't you? And it's all been bad. Yeah? Norwegian salmon farming is some of the best aquaculture in the world. And I'm going to stand here and say that. Do you know why? Because I work with these people. These are my neighbours. These guys build my community at the same time as I do. Let's do some myths, yeah? For 1 kilo of redfish, you use 5 kilos of whitefish. You're wrong. It's 800 grams of whitefish for 1 kilo of redfish. But the question you should be asking yourself is, where's the other 5 kilos coming from? Sea lice, big problem. Not in Norway, because they put lumpfish in beside the salmon that eat the sea lice. Yeah? Antibiotics. Everybody's heard about antibiotics, farmed animals. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Norway has not used antibiotics in its salmon farming since 1992. They vaccinate their fish. Okay? Don't worry about this. I'm going to be here for ages. I'm not taking any questions. We can have lots of debates about this. It's fine. Okay? The legislation is very tight. The inspection routines are very tight. Yeah? It's not a perfect industry. But I still haven't seen a perfect industry in the food world. But they're hung out a lot more. Okay. Aquaculture is going to be the future of the ocean. Because if we don't have aquaculture, we're going to have no fish. Yeah? Most people, when they look at the ocean, they see a beautiful beach, they see a beautiful harbour, a nice horizon, a nice sunset. But you don't see over the horizon and what happens there. I do. Yeah? Aquaculture is what's going to happen. We've got farmed turbot, we've got farmed mussels, we've got farmed abalone here now. Tried it today, it was beautiful. But we need to do it well, and that's one of the problems in the future. And it's about a balance game. I don't have all the solutions, but it's one of the things I'm working on. They'll fix the feed problem. I know they will. Right. This is quite an interesting image. I don't have a big design team. I don't have a media or marketing group. So I got 3 kids to draw this for me. And I said, guys, where's the world and food going to go? This is their concept. So we have down here, planet Earth, yeah? But it's quite weird. And then up here, we have the Death Star from Star Wars. Yeah, when I was 7 years old, I saw Star Wars. That was my birthday gift, you know. Star Wars is still with us. But more importantly, they put something else into this image. They put in an elevator between the Death Star, where everybody lives. Yeah. The fishermen, the farmers live on the planet, and only the chefs are allowed to go from the Death Star to the planet. I thought that was quite nice. But that's their vision. And it might be right. Okay, 50 years' time, I'll be dead. But that might be right. But what I really want to say to you now is, okay, the future comes from the past. That's your last image. That image, okay, that's my son, okay, and the oldest fisherman in the village. And they spend tons of time together.